Hey guys, this is Chris, obviously, and I wanted to take some time and give another video to the patrons out there. This one I wanted to talk about creator struggles. As you can see, I'm not at home and I'm not at the studio. This is just a quick little video. Shouldn't be too long. If it is, enjoy it. So, creator struggles. This isn't going to necessarily be just about artists or writers. This is going to be anyone who creates. So we'll start in quick, fast, and in a hurry. Number one, most important one in my opinion, fear. So one of the biggest struggles we face as creators is fear, and that can run a few different ways. So mainly the biggest way I've ever seen it happen and really take hold of someone is you've put so much time and effort and part of yourself into this piece that you're working on, whether it's a commission you're doing, whether it's a few pages of a novel. You've put a lot of time into it. And we're afraid to finish. We're afraid to let that go. I've seen too many times where someone will be 90% done and then not finish the 10% because they don't want to let go of what they have. They don't want to say goodbye to it. Another form of fear is you're afraid of the critiques. You're afraid of what people will think. You're afraid of what people will do with it or their opinion of you. But, that's not something to worry about. Don't let it cripple you, if anything, and don't let it stop you. My biggest thing to get over fear, I would say, is always look forward to what's next. So whatever piece you're working on, whatever piece you are finishing, completing, in the middle of, in the beginning of, you're going to create more. And what you do create will be better than what you did, because as creators, you're always going to grow. So don't let fear dictate what you're doing, because you won't grow. You'll stop. You'll hold on to the same thing. You won't grow from it. You won't listen to the critiques. You won't do the different things. So that's what I'm going to say about fear. Again, I want to keep it quick, but fear is definitely a big struggle that a lot of creators face. Number two coincides with fear. Lack of confidence or self-doubt. If we've never sent something out to be read, or if we're not in a circle that is filled by people who critique, we're afraid of that rejection. We're afraid of showing someone else what we've put our soul and time and effort into and hearing what they say. So you won't gain confidence from that. But if you have a lack of confidence, how do you gain confidence? Putting yourself out there more, doing more of the work. Take pride in knowing that you're creating your best work every time, right? If I look 5 years ago, right now, and I see this work, and I'll be like, wow, that was hot trash, or this needed to be edited, that needed to be edited. But here's the thing. At that time, it was my best work I've ever done. So to get over that self-doubt and to get over that lack of confidence, find someone you trust and find someone who's close to you and tell them, listen, I am bearing my soul. I am showing you what I've been working on. Be gentle, but I want some criticism. It will do wonders for you, and it'll build that confidence bit by bit. Next thing you know, you'll go from giving your piece to one person to now you're in a writing circle and you're giving it to 2 people, 3 people, 4 people. Or you're at a show, at a con, and your piece is now getting read by 20, 30, 40 more people. So build that confidence bit by bit. Not everyone will have the confidence to go out and tackle it and not care about what's happening. Build it bit by bit. Number 3, another very important one. These are all important ones in my opinion. Number 3, writer's block. Artists get it too. Anyone who's creating gets it. You hit a point where you hit a wall. I've been very fortunate, and I know it's going to come because karma, right? I've been very fortunate. I've never hit a writer's block, but at the same time, I have an exercise I do to break through writer's block, and I also change up what I sit down to do in a day-to-day. Um, so, writer's block. You sit down, you get ready to do an amazing job, work. Next thing you know, your minds are blank. So, if you hit this wall, which everyone does, I haven't, but I will. I know I will. When you hit this wall, the best thing to do, switch the gears. Switch gears, give your mind a complete 180. Usually, what I'll do to compensate on breaking the wall that I hit is a space out writing. So let's say I'm sitting down to write my fantasy novel that I've been working on, or I have my other sci-fi novel that I've been working on. I'm focusing on all those, right? So I sit down. Instead of, if I notice that the thoughts aren't coming, if I look at my outline and I'm like, this doesn't look interesting, or oh, I'm about to write this chapter, or I've written all the good chapters, or I've written all the fun stuff and I need to get into the exposition or the info dump, what have you, my mind's going to dread that. I'm not going to want to do it. So instead, write something new. The exercise I do, space out writing. You start the sentence, I was walking my dog. You turn off your brain and you just write whatever comes to your mind. You don't care about syntax. You don't care about punctuation. You don't care about grammar. You don't care about spelling. You don't care about any of that stuff. You just write, I was walking my dog. Boom. What's next? That's it. Write until it starts making sense. Right until you start having cohesive thoughts about this walking your dog adventure. Once you've hit that, stop. Go tackle that novel. Go tackle that piece. Go tackle whatever. That's my biggest tip for writer's block. So you'll hit it. It's going to happen. It's a part of life. Smash through that wall. It's a wall. That's all it is. You need to get through it. Number four. Number four is an easy one to face, not face, sorry. Number four is an easy one to experience, especially if you are not doing this full time. Even if you are doing this full time, I don't want to go out there and say, nope, if you're not doing it full time, or if you are doing it full time, you're screwed, right? No. Lack of focus. What doesn't take your focus away? Video games, kids, family, dinner, chores, work, problems, finance, whatever. Life is full of things to take your focus away from what you want to focus on. And you know what? It's a hard battle. It's a very hard battle to fight. It's one of the harder ones to break. You need to find a rhythm. You need to do something to get that focus. And one of the big things that I did to get that focus was I started making a like a pattern. Like I was always sitting down, not at the same time, but I was always sitting down. I was always playing similar or the same music. I was tuning everyone else out. I didn't have the TV on in the background. I wasn't facing anything that I could be like, oh, that's new. No, blank, boring wall, something that won't catch your attention. And I looked at the computer and I just wrote, whether I was doing the space out writing or anything like that. I kept the same thing generally. A neutral area, same music. It's not a new song that I haven't heard, so I'm focusing on that away from everything. And it'll happen. You'll slowly get that focus in. And so that's more of the easy way to ease into it. The other one is just brute force. Just sit down. Okay, I'm writing. I'm just going to sit away and type. That's tough. That's harder. Ease into it. Make it a routine. When I used to, back before I had this, when I used to shave every day, I had a routine out of it. People, oh, I hate shaving. I loved it. I would create a routine. I would warm up the face, lather it up with my little badger fur brush. I taught myself to do straight blade, and it was good experience and a good routine and a good process. Turn that into your writing, and you'll focus on it more. Number 5. We got 2 more, 5 and 6. Number 5, dreaming big. This goes hand in hand with focusing. A lot of times we're sitting here and writing a novel or drawing this piece, and next thing we know, oh yeah, this is going to be a New York Times bestseller. Oh yeah, this is going to sell 30,000 copies. Oh, I'm going to do this with this money and this with that money, and I can't wait to travel and do book signings. Stop. Stop. You haven't finished the rough draft. You haven't finished the second draft. You haven't even met an agent. You haven't done whatever it is you haven't. Don't do it. It's good to dream. Don't let it take over your life. And a lot of the times when we go to dream big, it takes over our life. So it's a tough one, but I would say just don't do it. You know, if you're loving what you're doing, love what you're doing, not what it's going to turn into. Focus on what you're doing so it can turn into that thing. And so you can live that life that you're in the back of your mind thinking of. That's what I'll say about dreaming big. It's a tough one. We all want to do it. We all want to see it. You know, if you ever play the lotto, ooh, if I win the million, if I win the billion, you know, this is what I'm going to do this. That's great. Stop doing that. Work on what you're working on. Number 6, and the last one, and then I'll do a recap. This is a tough one for me because I love my work being out there. I love my work being shown to as many people as possible. I don't need to make money off it. You know, it's more so I just want my work to be read and critiqued and whatever. You know, tell me it's good, tell me it's bad. You read it. That's all I care about. So number 6 is gaining traction and followers. It is absolutely discouraging when you type up something, you post it out there on media, and next thing you know, 3 people like it, or 2 people like it, you know, 40 people like it, no one comments, no one's following the blog or anything like that. And, you know, even though you get that support group and that friend group of 5 people, it's the same 5 people liking it, you know. It's a bad way to think. Don't think like that. Remember, you're not doing the work for anyone but you. You're not doing it to be, you know, the most searched writer. I'm sorry, but if you have that mentality about the work you're doing, you're not going to have a good time in the long run because you're going into it with a different mindset than you should be going into. You're working for you. You want what's in your head. You want what you've been working on for ages. You want what you've been doing as a kid to be something that can turn into something. That's what you want. Do it for you. Do it for the person that matters, yourself, significant other. You know, they're all fans. They're all followers. Do it for them too. But you're the focus. You don't need to worry about gaining traction or followers. You're the only follower you need because you're creating it. You need to remember that it's an uphill battle to gain followers. It's an uphill battle to gain traction. You know, I say that gaining followers is very similar to saving money. You know, retirement money, right? Oh, save. Okay, I saved $1. I saved $2. I saved $3. That's great. I've saved $3. You know, nope. Keep putting those dollars in. Keep saving. Keep going. Next thing you know, a year from now, you've got, you know, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000. You know, however it is that you've worked your money to grow that way. But keep going. Just remember, you're the person, you're the person that you're writing for. You're your number one fan. Make you happy first. That's it. That's all 6 of them. It was just a quick video I wanted to give you guys, you know, creator struggles, because it's something, some of those I fight with all the time, especially writing my own stuff. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, send me a message, you know, hit me up on Facebook, hit me up on Patreon, what have you. I'll probably be doing another few of these. I'm thinking about doing some of these every week, and then my big video will be obviously the Writer's Circle class. But stay tuned, stay following, and have a good day, guys.